Hello and welcome back to Shokuho, and we are now in a rather wonderful position. I would say it's wonderful at least, because obviously we get the opportunity to defend, finally, in a siege. And that's going to be super fun, or at least it should be super fun. Now we do have almost over 1,000 troops to defend against. And from my perspective, I feel like we're probably going to be fine here. I should probably build some, of these braziers, shouldn't I? Yes, should probably get some of those up at least. And I'm actually wondering, do we have any additional braziers, or is this just no? Apparently we don't. Okay, that's very interesting. I actually have no idea. I can't really see many of the build spots. I think we only have 3 building spots or something like that, instead of the usual 4, I think. But yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, they are going to just build... What? Really? They're only going to build 2 braziers. 2 braziers and, 2 Ozutsus, and they are obviously not going to be particularly good. Let's just say that. They're not going to be very good at all. Now, we do have some pretty insane prisoner conversion technology here. We can remake him, yes indeed. And so we are exactly going to be doing that. We're going to lose a little bit of morale doing that, but that doesn't really matter. Morale doesn't matter to us right now at all. All that we care about is having a significant amount of, well, people to place on the front line here and try to do something. Obviously, in the previous episode, we did have the Takeda clan actually trying to declare war against us, and they are, of course, going to be proving rather fearsome to a certain degree, and we'll see what happens actually with these guys, because I am having a sneaking suspicion they are waiting for the food to run out, even though that's not really going to do anything, funnily enough. That is not going to do anything at all, because we only have 2 people in the garrison, which I find hilarious. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Let's get some bow skill with... I don't know what her name is. I forget her name. Kitu. Okay. Yeah, so otherwise, yeah, we'll see what these guys decide to do, whether they go in or whether they do something a little bit different. I'm going to continue building these braziers here because it's free, you know. Free damage for the opponent. Well, it looks as though we actually have a marriage offer from none other than Oda Nobunaga, who is obviously not Nobunaga, but, you know, one of his people. Which is actually very, very interesting. Is it one of his people? I mean, he's from the Oda, right? He's from the Oda, so yeah. As you can see, it is indeed Oda Nobunaga's son. Well, that's very interesting. That is very, very interesting, actually. Shall we do the... I don't know. Shall we do the marriage? Maybe that would be pretty fun. That might be pretty fun. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to say yes to this. I think we are going to say yes to this. I'm not entirely sure why they're so after our daughter here, because no offense, but she has some pretty terrible skills. So we're going to say yes to this. And there we go. They are going to be getting married. Now, this is the funny thing. If it wasn't the Oda clan, I would probably be like, yeah, you know what? Nah, miss me with that. But because we have the Oda clan themselves, I think that might seem kind of cool and kind of fun to do. So we're going to give it a go. And we're going to see how that pans out. Maybe it's going to be good. Maybe it's going to suck. I don't know. But yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, our oh yeah, we did take the other town over there. Okay, yeah. So what we got to think about here is that our son is actually almost of age, and he's obviously going to be someone that will you know, will hopefully be able to take over if the worst were to happen. And don't worry, you know, we're going to obviously be outfitting our spouse and our heirs and stuff like that with some good gear and so on. Just bear in mind that, as far as I'm aware, our spouse already has some very, very good gear on, so we don't really need to give her anything super hyper-specific. I think it would probably be a good idea for us to create a weapon for her, but apart from that, I don't think she really needs anything. She's wearing some pretty good gear as it is. If I were to actually have a look at her right now, if I can, where is she? There she is. Yeah, so as you can see, she's actually wearing some pretty decent stuff. I think I could probably get her better. I think I could probably get her better things. Yeah, as you can see right here, this is obviously better for her, so let's give her that. She's got a slightly better helmet there as well. A slightly better cape, but not really by much, as you can tell. Oh, we have, well, yeah, no, wait a minute. We got some better stuff right there. There we go. Very nice, very nice. And yeah, gloves, we're not really going to be, oh yeah, there we go. Slightly better gloves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that was the reason why I was like, yeah, we don't really need to upgrade the spouse that much. She has actually pretty decent stuff. So not really super necessary here. However, I am almost 100% certain she's probably going to need a better weapon, because she is using a katana at the moment, and as well as a wakizashi. And for me personally, I don't think that's, I mean, I could give her a tachi here if we want to. That might make sense. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do that. There we go. We're gonna do that. And we're gonna be, let's actually just have a look-see here real quick. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna unequip the wakizashi, because I don't think that's gonna be particularly useful for her, for me personally. And we'll give her a nice new horse as well, because why not? And there we have it. All right, so she's got some minor upgrades right there, and I am obviously going to be, when I have the next opportunity, at least if I remember to do so, I'm going to be smithing a wonderful nodachi for her, and hopefully that's gonna be quite nice. Now, I did get a town, obviously, as you saw just now, so yes, I unfortunately cannot perform that action at the moment, but we are going to be gifting the town to someone as soon as we can. Oh, and look at what we have here. It seems like the attackers have completely abandoned the siege. Very surprising. I was actually thinking to myself that they would be heading in there at any moment, but as you can tell, their cohesion has completely and utterly collapsed. And this is pretty good for me, actually. This is pretty good for a number of reasons. Personally, because I can literally just go in here now, and we might even... Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. All right. Here we go. Now, this is wonderful. Now, the reason why this is wonderful, why do you think? Why do you think this is wonderful? Because apart from the fact that obviously we're in a battle with every single one of them, we do have a dramatic advantage. What advantage do you think that is? The advantage is that they are in a disorganized state. Anytime you can get an opponent in a disorganized state, you automatically have a dramatic increase in your proficiency. And that is just because the enemy is disorganized, of course. You know, that's just how it goes. So the only problem is... The only problem is this battlefield is pretty terrible. Yes, this battlefield is kind of harsh because I have no idea how to place my troops appropriately because I can't see anything because of the trees. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way by just doing it blindly. Yes, just doing it blindly. Let's see if we can actually make something work here. I'm going to obviously go up here and see if I can maybe shoot a little bit. Yeah, you know what, actually, let's move my forces over here. Let's get them like so. We might want to just tell our horse archers to immediately auto-delegate, because they actually will, you know, stay at range quite nicely. They are generally known for doing that, so it might make sense. Let me actually just shoot here. Nice. That was a good hit. Can we get another one? Yes, we can. indeed. Against an enemy lord, no less. Very nice. Nice. Oh, yes. This is absolutely perfect as well. This is literally so much better than anticipated. Being able to eliminate the enemy lords at will. Look at that. That guy literally got knocked off his horse, and then we ran him down with our horse. That is amazing. That is such good timing. Absolutely perfect. Okay, unfortunately, this guy did manage to get away. I did do some pretty good damage to him, unfortunately. Oh, no, there we go. We actually did manage to eliminate him now. That's wonderful. Let's tell our forces to charge in here. Tell everyone, apart from the archers, to charge in, of course. And then we will try to do as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, the enemy does have a pretty significant advantage in terms of numbers. So, while we do have pretty much everything else in our favor, numbers are where they're going to win against us. If they have the opportunity to utilize them, of course, it is going to be one of those moments where you just kind of have to be kind of a little bit hopeful, you know, a little bit hopeful. The disorganized state, among other things, you know, as well as the fact that I've actually eliminated quite a few of the enemy's lords, that will have a dramatic impact on the enemy's morale, and they might decide to be a little bit careful, you know, a little bit careful, a little bit wary about how they are going to progress here. As you can see, there we go, nice little kill there on yet another lord. That's basically fundamentally what is winning us the battle right here. Just reducing morale. Look at what's happening right now. These guys are running away in a panic. They are running away in a panic right now, and there's a really, really good reason for that. Disorganized state, you see. Disorganized state makes a huge difference. It's actually remarkably underrated, in my opinion, and otherwise we're just going to be getting all of our people to consolidate, and I'm just going to charge through a bunch of enemies here. Just going to continue trying to do as much damage as possible. I'm not really trying to get kills right now. I am trying to get kills, obviously, but I am trying to more like just do damage in any way that I can. Doesn't matter whether I do, you know, 20 damage or 200 damage. I'm just trying to do a little bit here and there without actually dying. Because dying is definitely going to be a pretty big problem. So, you know, it would be nice if we could maintain that as best as we can. Let's tell our cavalry to charge once again, because the enemy is, of course, now starting to shoot at us once more. And we can maybe do something here. Unfortunately, they do have quite a huge contingent of Ashigaru units, which we do not really want to fight that badly. They're going to be very dangerous. Let's tell our infantry to charge in now as well. Yeah, well, they'll be dangerous against our cavalry most of the time anyway. They're not going to be that dangerous against much else. Or at least shouldn't be. There we go. Yes. Ooh, nice triple slash right there. Very good. And how am I... my archers are doing okay, I suppose. Yeah, now they're, see, as you can see, look at this. They are once again retreating. They are once again retreating, and this is going to give me more opportunities to eliminate them separately from the main force of units. I'm actually going to move my archers forward here, going to consolidate my infantry in front of the archers once again, just in case. Going to oh, no, wait, no. I was going to say, I was going to carry myself over there and try to get straight on in and charge them. But that is actually a bad idea, especially with all those pole arms. Yes, we don't want those pole arms to be all over us. No. Thank you very much. We would prefer to make sure that we survive just that little bit longer. And by a little bit longer, I mean the next 2 seconds, because I have a feeling I'm going to get shot in the face by some kind of massive gun. I wouldn't be surprised. That, I think, is probably going to be a thing. Maybe? What do you think? What do you think? I think maybe. It is possible. There are quite a few guns that the opponent has available. So it might be a thing that we'll see. But maybe we'll get lucky. I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Everything seems to be working out quite nicely here. Gonna tell my infantry to charge once again now. Because the enemy's archers are actually stopping to fire again. And as long as they're stopping to fire, we need to be in a charge order. Because these guys are going to be doing damage for free, pretty much, every single day of the week. So we want to make sure that they are as harassed as possible. And there you go, nice damage. And my horse is obviously going to be inflicting massive amounts as well, which is exactly what we want, you know? That is exactly what we want every single time. How many have we... Whoa, okay, yeah, we've eliminated 520 in the... And we have only lost 50. So, yeah, frankly, that is a victory and a half, if ever I saw one. Or at least it should be, right? Unfortunately, they do have 800. Don't they have 800 or something like that? Or 900 or something? I don't know. I have no idea how many they actually have. But yeah, it would be fantastic if we could finish them up now. I'm not sure if we... You know what? I'm going to tell everyone to charge now, including my archers, because they might have run out of bullets. So, bullets, you know, arrows, whatever. And we're going to need them to get in there. Oh, we might die here. Oh, no, never mind. No, okay, these guys are just running. Yeah, look at this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Morale damage. Morale damage and being able to inflict as much as possible to these guys is indeed making it so incredibly simple for us to actually get that victory. Because look at what's happening right now. They're scattered. They're panicked. And that's exactly what we want. Generally, I would love to see more of that in the game. I'd love to see more, you know, more mechanics associated with morale and stuff like that. Morale isn't really very widely, shall we say, popularized, or shall we say, even documented in terms of, you know, battle UI and the, you know, the conveyance, shall we say, of that mechanic is not really, it's just like not really front and center, you know. Most of what you're going to see is literally just the combat strength thing, which is at the top, and that doesn't actually depict the morale in any way. That's just literally how strong the opponent is and how much they have remaining and so on and so forth, and that's pretty much it. There is not really any indicator as to how strong their morale is, as far as I can tell, at least. And there you go. That's it. There's a victory for us. They literally gave up straight away. 70 renown for us, 130 influence, which is amazing. And indeed, we are going to be, well, actually not going to be capturing anyone. No, we're not going to be capturing anyone because they have just reached the exhaustion stage, and I have some additional, maybe somewhat bad news. Yes. So, bad news. Miyoshi and the Takeda clan have declared war on us. Obviously, as you know, they've already declared war on us in the previous episode, the Takeda clan, but you didn't know about the Miyoshi, but they've also decided that they want to attack us. And so, obviously, because the Mori, they are about to hit the exhaustion wall, I'm going to let them all go because I want to try to maximize relation with them as much as I possibly can, because you never know. Maybe we're going to get the opportunity to maybe form some kind of alliance with them. Maybe we'll be able to try and get a couple of extra vassals. I mean, we do have huge amounts of vassals as it is, and our vassals are actually very, very good. So it is very much dependent on if we want to expend that amount of time and effort into gaining, you know, gaining those people. It might not be necessary, you know, it might not be necessary. Let's get some horse archers, let's get some gunners, let's get some of these guys, and some katana samurai sounds pretty fun. And then we can also get a couple of extra prisoners converted as well. Let's do that. There we have it. Very nice indeed. And obviously, look at my morale right now. Look at my morale. We gained so much morale in that battle that I'm still at 100, which is obviously fantastic. Let's take all of the loot here. And again, you see exactly how incredibly simple that was, just because they were in a disorganized state. I'm pretty sure that I would have had so many more casualties. I'm not sure if I would have achieved victory. I think I probably would have, just because the enemy doesn't really use strategy that well. But the fact that the opponent basically decided to charge all their lords in, that was probably one of the biggest problems. Now, as you can see, they are giving us progressively less cash over and over again. I'm pretty sure the reasoning for that is that they're running out of money. I think they're actually running out of money. And the reason for that is because we have just captured so many of their fiefs. You could see here that the Mori themselves, look at what they have left. The Mori have, what? 3 castles and a town? That's it. They have 3 castles and a town remaining because my vassals actually took this just recently, as you know, because I wanted to give this away just now, but they didn't allow me to do so, so I will give it away now. Give it away, yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what we're going to do, and we will, let's see, where else can we go? Well, Jinzaburo is, I think he was actually taking this castle, which would have been fantastic, but I would have had to have delayed a little bit longer, and I didn't really have the, well, I didn't really have the ability to do that because we have to focus on a couple of other factions. You can see here that the Takeda clan, they are going to probably try and take Mizue Castle as well as Ichidodani, and I would prefer to try and stop them if at all possible. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yes, that would be fantastic. Now, Bruce obviously is getting a little bit on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the smithy. I'm actually just going to save real fast because I'm a little bit worried generally about smithing nowadays. I always kind of get a little bit worried about it, you know, causing crashes and stuff like that. But obviously, as I said, sometimes the game crashes within 5 minutes. Other times it plays for hours and it's completely fine. So yeah, some weird stuff going on there. Okay, wait a minute. Why do I not have any loot? Where's all my crafting stuff? Why did I lose all my crafting stuff? Do I not have any crafting stuff? That's... I didn't sell that. Huh. Alright. Well, I will not be able to create anything right now, but I will be creating something off-screen, or shall we say not off-screen, but when I have the opportunity to re-enable Better Smithing Continued, I will just basically go through the well, not so arduous process of smelting everything that I can get my hands on in my inventory, and then, you know, going from there, because that's obviously going to make it a lot easier. Oh, what do we have here? We've got some really, really cool siege layout action going on. What is this? This is actually extremely cool. What is that? Okay, this is something that we've not seen before. So I am very excited. All right, let's see if we can actually... Oh, well, we're not going to get that many kills with this thing, that's for sure. No, yeah, we did get a hit, but I have a feeling that's probably going to be all we're going to get. And wow, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous, dangerous environment. Wow, I do not feel... Wow. I don't feel very good about these guys in the front here, that's for sure. I think that they are having a hard time. They are definitely going to have a very, very difficult time trying to prevent the damage coming in from them. But, I mean, what can I do? They don't have shields or anything like that. I mean, obviously they don't. But our forces do seem to actually be fighting back dramatically against the enemy's archers. And I gotta say, I love this layout. This is an exceptional layout. Really, really fun. What? Look at this. And we're in the snow as well, which makes it even better. Okay, nice. Oh, what a cool... I gotta say, this is absolutely fantastic. Basically, anytime you think you've seen all of it, right? You think you've seen all the siege layouts and stuff like that, they always pull out something new, which is crazy, because I don't know where that comes from. It's amazing. I don't know how they do that, but I have never seen this siege layout before, and yet we have conquered, what, well, not over half the map, but we've conquered a pretty significant portion of the map right now, and that is, wow. That is super fun. That is so, so fun. And indeed, there's over 400 people here, as far as I remember. So we are going to have a bit of a problem. Potentially. That's kind of why I'm trying to play a little bit more, you know, with a brain. I know that's going to be difficult for me, but, you know, we're going to try it. And we're going to see how it works out. Maybe it's going to be okay. Wow. Okay. New favorite. New favorite unlocked. That is exactly what is happening here. Absolutely love it. This is definitely my favorite siege. Not because we, you know, broke our previous... I think we broke our previous record, because I think we had, what was it, 270? I think 270 was our previous record. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. There's been a huge amount of different sieges, so I might be wrong. But it's not even because I got huge amounts of kills in this. It's just because this is an extremely cinematic looking siege and very, very fun to participate in. I loved it. Absolutely amazing. All right, so this is... I'm actually going to show you the castle. I'm not sure if you saw the castle beforehand, so I'm going to show you that because maybe you're unaware of it. This is Konosumiyama. Okay, so that's actually hilarious because I never would have expected there to be anything like this, right? You know, like, this is a castle that is out in the middle of basically nowhere, pretty much, and I would never have expected something so incredibly cool looking to be out here pretty much wherever. You know, this is just like random, you know. It feels random. It feels like a random place to put an extremely cool castle, but I think they're probably going for historical accuracy, right? I think they're probably going for historical accuracy. I don't know whether they have any documentation about how these castles actually look in reality, but this is crazy cool. I mean, really, this is crazy cool. Anyway, we are probably going to be making our way over to, well, we probably need to go to Osaka, to be honest. We probably need to go over there. I don't really want to be honest, because I actually wanted to take a number of the castles between here and Kyoto, because I wanted to try to consolidate our territory a little bit further, and because towns are so incredibly, you know, time investment for taking them, very, very, shall we say, not so good. Okay, this guy is coming over here. Alright, not a terribly big fan of that, sir. No, not a terribly big fan of that. Are you wanting to fight me? Yes, you're fine with fighting me. This is very interesting, actually. I'm not sure why he would decide that he wants to fight, because as you can clearly tell, he is not looking particularly good in terms of power. We have the, shall we say, initiative when it comes to our power level in comparison to his. Now, we are in this kind of situation. Okay, we might be able to make something happen here. Maybe not. Oh, no. Oh, wait. No, here we go. This is a little bit easier for us. Put these guys like so. Get them like that. There we are. Okay. Oh, it's misty. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit misty right there. Okay. Water Pokemon. Let's go. All right. Yeah, sure. Sorry, I couldn't help it. You know. Misty, get it? Yeah. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Anyway, point is, these guys are basically just going to run straight on into us. This Lord is going to die almost instantaneously. Yep, there we go. And we're going to have another one coming, no doubt. I'm going to assume that there will be another Lord very, very soon going to ride up to us. If they know what's good for them, they'll do that. I'm obviously joking. They should not do that. But if they want us to win, they will do that. I have a feeling that they're over here. Yes. Hello there. Is that you? No, that's just a bunch of random cavalry. I don't even think I should really be bothering to attack them, to be honest. I think I should probably just go ahead and try to murder a bunch of the enemies wonderful, wonderful infantry, because these guys are probably going to be quite dangerous, considering they're not disorganized. Just bear that in mind. They are not disorganized in any way. So it is very likely that the only way we're going to be able to force them into any kind of scattering is if we can get numbers of kills that are extreme. Or we can kill their lords, which I am actually doing. So that's pretty good. There's another one. I love the fact, by the way, that the enemy lords have such unique armor. You know, they have unique armor, so you can very clearly tell who's a lord and who isn't, and you can immediately see that instantaneously, and that basically makes it so much quicker, so much cleaner for you to go after them and try to assassinate. Very, very fun to do that. Anyway, let's go for an auto delegate here for our cavalry. Let's put our infantry into an auto delegate as well, and we'll see actually. Yeah, you know what? Auto-delegate for the archers too, because the enemy is looking pretty passive right now. So they're more than likely not going to really be doing much. And yeah, maybe I should just charge, to be honest. I mean, how many have we eliminated so far? Only 163, but the enemy feels like they are not giving up, so to speak, but they do feel like they are on the back foot quite dramatically, and they maybe don't really want to get involved here. I'm pretty sure they don't really want to get involved. I mean, look at what's happened. We've lost 0 people, by the way. We have lost 0 units total in this entire battle, which is hilarious. If you think about that, in the grand scheme of things, not one of these enemy gunners has gotten any kills, which is almost unheard of, I would say, you know, because considering gunners are so extremely efficient, very, very dangerous most of the time, and in this moment, no, not at all. And there's an enemy lord. We need to eliminate him. Let's get him. Nice and easy. And yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that they're not running away more dramatically, to be honest. I would have expected... Yeah, there we go. There's some nice damage coming in from them. I'm actually going to get out of here now, because I think my forces can probably handle this. For the most part. I think they should be able to handle it. At least I hope so. Maybe. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried now, actually. I'm being shot by something. What? You see this guy? He's hunting me down. Look at that. That's insane. I can't believe that. Yeah, so it turns out the best course of action for me was basically just telling my forces to charge in. And you can see here that the results speak for themselves. Look at it. Look at the amount of damage we're having happen here. When I had my archers and my gunners in auto delegate, the main problem was that they were... I don't know why, but they were standing at the edge of the battlefield, and they weren't really doing anything. It was very, very strange. They were kind of just standing there shooting. They were shooting, you know, admittedly. However, they weren't really doing anything else. So I was very, very surprised to see that. So, yeah, anyway, there you go. That's it. And indeed, they have decided to retreat, which is obviously wonderful. And we have now completely stopped absolutely any aggression from the Mori, actually not Mori, from the Miyoshi instantaneously. And that's obviously wonderful. Now, I am going to let them go, I think. I think I'm going to let them go because more likely... should I let them go? You know what? No, I'm going to take them prisoner. I'm going to take them prisoner. There's so many here that I should probably just take them prisoner for the moment and just prevent them from being kind of annoying, I guess. I don't know. It's a little bit difficult, you see. It's a little bit difficult because on the one hand, I personally think that, you know, letting them go would probably be a pretty good idea in the long run. But in the short term, taking them prisoner is going to make things quite, well... quite a bit easier for us. Let's just say that. Quite a bit easier. So, let's just see what happens here. Okay, we have another Miyoshi army, which is just here. Alright, so we do have a situation here. 700 troops trying to besiege this. Now, I don't really feel the need to be super aggressive when going and attacking that. I am going to auto-resolve against this guy as well. I'm going to take him prisoner straight away. Oh, look at that! We actually got to clan tier 6. Wow, okay, it has been a long time coming, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Thankfully, we finally made it. And, well, that means, you know what that means? That means we have a much larger party size, and that means I'm gonna have some pretty good things happening. Yes, that means I can probably convert all of my prisoners. I think so, maybe I'll be able to convert all my prisoners. That would be nice at least. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight on over to Oda Nobunaga, because he is actually right over... Wait a minute, where was he? Oh no, I've lost him. I think he was over here. Or... Oh no, I lost my orientation for some reason. My orientation was completely messed up. I think he was over the river. Yeah, I think he was over the river over here somewhere. It would be very nice if we could catch up to him. Being able to speak to him would maybe make things kind of cool. Maybe. Yeah, unfortunate. I think he's gone somewhere else. Anyway, there you go. We did get a small increase, only about 20. Okay, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more than that, but good enough, right? Good enough. I think that's quite nice. We don't have to worry so much, and as you can see, there you go. Look at that. Every single person converted to our side there. Now, I'm hopeful, if I am lucky, I might get to speak to Nobunaga himself. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get any kind of, you know, alliance or something like that. That would be kind of cool. But as you can see, this faction is not interested in forming a non-aggression pact with you and is definitely not interested in forming an alliance, even though we have 71 relation with Nobunaga himself, which is really strange. I don't actually know why we wouldn't have the ability to form any kind of alliance or something like that, because I guess I can only assume that maybe the reasoning behind it is that we have been aggressive to them in the past. That might be the reason. I don't know. Maybe it is. Osaka has, what? 1,300? Wow. Okay, yeah, as you can see, these guys are literally being defeated by the garrison. I'm actually going to go straight on in here because I'm pretty sure they're going to win just by a sliver. So we're just going to be taking them prisoner. These guys, these guys are so funny though. They are so funny because they literally went in here thinking, oh yes, we're going to have this in the bag. And then they just had such a hard time against the garrison. I mean, this is what happens, you know? This is what happens, and what can still happen to me as well. You literally can come up against sieges where you're going to have situations like this occur, where they are just extremely difficult. It's very likely as well. Anyway, let's have a look. 27 days! Oh no! 27 days worth of food. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do that, so I'm going to actually go ahead and take one of these castles here then. In the meantime, where is Jinzaburo, by the way? He is not currently... Oh, he's over here. What? What is that guy doing? What is that guy doing? I don't know what that guy's doing, but yes. We're going to call for an army then, because if that guy's not doing anything with our people, then I'm going to do something, of course. Okay, so let's do this. Let's call for a bunch of really low-tier vassals, apparently. Oh, Jinzaburo is close by. Very nice, very nice. And this guy is also... 5 days! This guy's going to take 5 days to get here. It's going to be absolutely terrible. It's going to take an age for him to get over here, but oh well, never mind. Anyway, let's have a look. 6 days worth of food. I'm not entirely sure if I'm even going to bother waiting for the food supplies to deplete in this case. I actually think that maybe it would be a better idea for us to just go straight on in, but it is one of those cases where we just don't know. Maybe that is even worse. Maybe it's worse for us to go straight on in, because then we're going to have, well, more casualties than we know what to do with. This fellow is also, as you can quite clearly tell, somewhat old. Yeah, all of our people are now getting really old because they've been around since the beginning, just like Bruce has. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually all end up, you know, going floppy at the same time. Hopefully they won't. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until daytime. And then we're going to be launching the attack, no matter whether the food situation has improved or not. We're just going to go straight on in once it's daytime. And there we go. All right, I'm going to save just because I want to be a bit careful of, you know, crashes and stuff like that. And I don't really want to lose any of my current progression. So let's head on in. We have the battering ram. Hopefully it's going to be... I would very much appreciate having that same castle siege layout, because that was amazing. That was so incredibly fun. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, this is a cool one. I like this one too. All right, I'm happy with this. I'm just going to get off my mount real fast. I'm just going to let my forces do their thing initially. And we are going to then move up. There we go. There we are. Nice. Get straight on in there. Nice big slash to start, and let's get going. All right, I am going to try to be quite aggressive here. And this is... I don't know. I think it's probably going to backfire pretty hard, but I'm looking for fun right now. I'm looking for fun, okay? So that's the reasoning. We've lost a lot of people in this siege. Oh yeah, we've lost a lot of people. I'm actually very surprised we've lost so many. Not sure why that has happened, but yeah, kind of strange. Ooh, okay, there we go. That was fun. That was so fun. All right, I love those kinds of moments. I'm not in... Wait a minute. Where are my forces? Did they really run away? Did you... Look at this. Look at these guys. Why are they in the forest here? That's kind of strange. Okay, well, most of my forces... Well, some of my forces are actually over here. But a lot of them were actually in the forest, not really doing too much to help us, which is a bit strange. I'm not entirely sure what was happening there, but yes. Anyway, I did manage to kill 205. Not bad, not bad. 205 enemies, and well, I had fun. That was huge amounts of fun. I mean, literally, when I was over here and I was getting outnumbered, and I thought to myself, oh, you know what? I'm going to have to run down into the trees because I thought, oh yeah, that's going to help me to lose them. And then I circled back around and engaged the exact same party of units. And they must have been like, oh, it's this guy again. Well, you know, he must be really low HP for him to come over here, you know. Oh, yeah, it's just so funny. All right, so yeah, that is indeed a victory for us. Very, very fun siege, though. Super, super enjoyable. And those are the kinds of moments that I really enjoy. Anything where we are at a very low HP level. Obviously, you don't really want to be low HP all the time, right? You never really want to be low HP that much. But being low HP does dramatically increase your enjoyment when you actually are surviving. It really makes a huge, huge difference. It's actually staggeringly, well, pretty amazing how much it actually makes a difference. But anyway, that is a victory for us. We've taken yet another castle, and we will be, I guess, claiming the fief. We might as well just claim the fief, why not? And we're just going to immediately give it to someone. There's no real point in doing anything else with that, and we'll just give it to this guy. And yeah, otherwise, what do we have here? Okay, so this is what's currently going on with the Miyoshi. As you can see, they still have a pretty dramatic amount of territory. However, I have a feeling that these castles right here are probably not going to be super, super difficult for us to deal with. You can see here that there is actually an army being formed at Osaka, which is very, very likely to go over to Shoryuji Castle, which we've just obviously taken. So, yeah, as you can see right there, they are actually attempting to take that right now, which is actually perfect because I have over 1,200 actually, 1,200 troops. And so what I'm actually going to do is we're going to be going into a battle with these guys as well. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.